Laura Backus. Have you thought about self-publishing your book, but just don't have the funds to hire an editor, get a cover designed, and really do it right? Or perhaps you've got a contract with a small press and they want you to handle the marketing, and you really would love to hire someone to build you a website, but you just don't have the money. Crowdfunding might be your answer. Crowdfunding is a way to get a lot of people to support your project at the early stages by pledging small amounts of money in exchange for a reward once the project is complete. In the case of a crowdfunded book, the rewards might range from a copy of the ebook for smaller pledges to an autographed copy of the print book and a 30-minute Skype visit with the author for larger amounts. Pubslush is unique in that it's a crowdfunding platform just for books. If the idea of crowdfunding intrigues you, stick around. I'm going to take you on a tour of the Pubslush website and show you all they have to offer for writers who are looking to fund their new projects. I'll also show you a special children's book insider page where you can list your book and benefit from our promotional efforts. Then we'll have a chat with Amanda Barbara, who is Vice President of Pubslush. She's going to give you some great tips for making crowdfunding work for you. So let's get started. So here we are on the Pubslush homepage. You can see that there are a couple campaigns highlighted on this homepage, and we will ask Amanda about that. And then there are these two sections. Now, if you're a writer and you want to start a campaign, you can go directly here and start filling out your information, or you can do it through our Children's Book Insider community page, which I will be showing you in just a minute. For now, let's go here. This is where all the current crowdfunding campaigns are listed. So you have some of them here on this page, and again, these rotate. Amanda will talk a little more about that. And then they are also listed by genre. So if you're searching for a particular type of book, you can go here and click on one of those, and it'll take you to the campaigns that fall under that category. So let's look at a current campaign. This is a typical campaign and what your page would look like. So you've got your title, author, the overview, or sort of the hook or the tagline that sums up your book. You've got an image. It can be a photograph, it can be a video, which is a very powerful way for you as the author to communicate your enthusiasm and passion for your project. Summary, an excerpt. If you click there, you would see an excerpt from the book. And then a little more information about the author. And this is very important. What are you going to do with the funds you raise? And if this is a series, or if you have more books in the works, this is where you want to write that. And finally, genre, page length, and whether or not it's a completed manuscript. And then on the right here, we have the information about the funding. So this is how much the author's raised of his goal. Now, this is a minimum, so you have to hit your minimum goal, and you set whatever that minimum is in order for the campaign to be deemed successful. You can go over that goal, but if you don't reach the goal, it's not considered a successful campaign and none of the donations are collected. This is how many days are left in the campaign. Now you can set either a 30-day or a 60-day campaign, and Amanda will talk a little bit about that, but this is how much time is left. And if you wanted to support the book, you would simply click there and be taken to a page where you would fill out your donor information. Now these are the different levels. So you can set whatever the different campaign levels, contribution levels are going to be, and what the reward is for each level. It's completely up to you. And as you can see, as the levels go up, the rewards go up. You can also set a couple of very high levels. There are only a small amount here because the reward is usually something pretty big. But if you are an illustrator and you want to give away some signed art from the book, or if you are willing to do an hour-long Skype visit with a book club or with a classroom, that sort of thing would be great for these higher levels. The other couple things that are interesting on this page are you have a book wall, which is similar to a Facebook wall, where people can come and leave comments about your campaign. And you can also comment back to them, which is really nice. And then this is a list of all the people who have supported this campaign so far. So it's pretty simple, straightforward. Obviously you want to sell your book the best way you can. It's like writing a really strong query letter. So you want to put some time and thought into this and really make a good case for why people should support your book. Get them as excited about it as you are. So I'm just going to show you one more thing here, the help section. Pubslush has put together some terrific sections here full of advice and tips which will really help you out. Or if you have a personal question, you can send them a message. They're great about getting back to you. If you want a lot of help, if you want someone from Pubslush to really sort of take over and set your levels and your rewards and really walk you through the process, they have people who will do that for a very, very small fee, and it's a great service to help you get your campaign off to a good start. They have a lot of experience with this. They've seen what works and what doesn't, and so it's well worth a little bit of money to get their expertise. Now let me show you the community page. If you are a publisher and you want to set up a page for your authors to crowdfund for specific aspects of the book publication or marketing process, they could all be listed on one publisher page, and then you as the publisher could help promote that page, and everybody would be in one spot. People who are involved in the publishing industry in some way are part of the partner pages, and that's where we are. So click on partner pages, scroll down, and you'll see Children's Book Insider. Now this is a brand new page as of the making of this video, so we don't have any books on it yet, but they will be right here. And again, we'll be promoting this page on our sites. Anybody who is listed on this page will be drawing traffic to this spot. And so everybody who has campaigns listed on this page will benefit from each other's marketing efforts. So it's a great way to help each other out and to benefit from being part of our community. Now, if you want to have your campaign listed on our partner page, you would actually type in this link. And I'm listing this also at the end of this video. And if you do that, you will be taken directly to what looks like our partner page, except it has this little extra section, Get Started. And then it's very easy. They walk you right through everything you need to fill out, upload it right here, and then it's reviewed by Pubslush and submitted, and it ends up on our page. And then you can start campaigning, start spreading the word to raise money for your book. So it's a really great way to crowdfund, and everybody who comes to this site is a book lover and wants to fund books. So that's a great benefit of using Pubslush. So let's talk to Amanda and see what she has to say. I'm sure she's got some great advice for us on how to make a crowdfunding campaign successful.
Hi, Amanda. Thanks for talking to us today.
Thanks, Laura, for having us.
Great. So I just wanted to ask you a few questions about Pubslush. I've walked through the website with our viewers, and one of the questions I had was, how does Pubslush determine which campaigns are featured on the homepage there and also on the current campaigns page? Are those rotated, or how do you decide what goes up there?
So if you were to click on the Discover tab, and the current campaigns are all the active campaigns that Pubslush is currently has on our platform. To be featured on the homepage really does vary, absolutely, Laura. I mean, a lot of the books that are featured on the homepage are getting a lot of momentum. They're able to raise a substantial amount of money in a short amount of period, and those are getting showcased for more and more readers to see. But it changes, on a daily and weekly basis. So any author has the opportunity to be featured there.
Okay. Great. So if an author works really hard and gets a lot of momentum going on their campaign and is able to raise money early on, that might up their chances of being on that homepage?
Of course, absolutely. Right now, if you were to see the homepage, we have Tracy featured there right now. She is an author that came onto this site and raised close to her goal in under 6 days, over $10,000. So her book was moved directly to the homepage because her book was garnering that much interest. But there are books that are still at $100 and $200 that are on the homepage as well because they have interesting stories, and we feel they should get some homepage exposure. So it really all depends. Definitely, if you're interested in homepage exposure, reach out to us. Let us know what campaign tactics you're putting in place to drive traffic to Pubslush, and we'd be very interested in helping you reach your goals.
Great. And that actually leads into my next question. If authors need help, like figuring out what their rewards should be or what the various donation levels should be, do you have people there? Can they email you, and can you guys give them some advice since you've worked with so many campaigns?
Yes, absolutely. The one thing that Pubslush prides ourselves on is our personalized service. We really work one-on-one with our authors to make sure that they have all the steps in place for success. Our author relations coordinator is here to help. She offers basic, introductory to all of our authors, email them on a daily, weekly basis, making sure that their campaigns are gaining momentum and anything that we can do to help. We also have an author assist program in place where there's different levels of how much help you might need. So if you need, for example, our author relations coordinator to help you build your rewards, come up with creative ideas, you can pay $25 and she'll be able to sit with you, for half an hour, and really come up with something really out of the box that will help you really be successful on Pubslush.
Great, and that's very reasonable.
We want to make sure that the authors aren't intimidated by the rewards. It should be the exciting part. It's something that you're able to give your readers that they're not able to get at a bookstore or on Amazon. You want them to be able to come to your campaign, and not only do they see your ebook or your physical book, but they also see fun and creative things. Maybe you're an author that writes, several books, and you might have one of your rewards might be that you can name a character for the next book. That could be really exciting for a high level supporter. So it's definitely important to create reward tiers that are new and different, and that will inspire readers to want to support you pre-publication.
Great. Now, a lot of authors are a little nervous about collecting money from the people who are donating from them. So can you explain how that works and how the authors really don't have to worry because they never actually get the credit card numbers or anything like that from their donors?
Absolutely. Please, all authors out there listening, do not be scared. Crowdfunding is on the rise. Everyone is doing it, and it's completely safe. You're not asking anyone for a donation. You're asking them for support in return for something. So a lot of our authors are, using this is a pre-order mechanism, being able to rally around your supporters and get people to pre-commit to buy your book. As the author, you are working with Pubslush as a platform. We use a very, very trusted third-party credit card processor. So they hold all the credit card information. Pubslush never sees it. The author never sees it. It's completely safe. And you have to remember that as long as you're willing and able to fulfill the rewards that are promised to your supporters, you shouldn't have any problem garnering support during this pre-publication process.
Mm-hmm. And then the authors are given, once the campaign is successful and the information to the donors is who donated is released to the authors get the donors' contact information and they're able to keep that. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. This is one of the biggest advantages of crowdfunding for authors. The biggest problem we saw is that a lot of authors that upload their book directly to sites like Amazon and Kobo and Barnes & Noble, they're not actually able to track who is committing to their book, who is their readers, how do they find these people? If they're not following you on Twitter or Facebook, how do you let them know that you have a new book coming out, or maybe there's an extra chapter, or whatever the case might be? You're not able to communicate with them. So what Pubslush allows you to do is at any point of your campaign, during, after, months after, years after, you can export an Excel sheet that gives the first and last name, email addresses, and shipping addresses to those who require shipping of their reward. But this list also allows Pubslush to be able to give the author demographics. So if you're wondering who your audience is, we'll be able to tell you what average age they are they male or female, where are they living, how they got to your campaign, all details that you wouldn't be able to have if you were to go straight away to Amazon. So this is a way to really identify who your author is, who your reader is, and then be able to actually market to them once the book is for sale.
Great. And then what happens to your Pubslush page as an author once your campaign is successful? That page really stays with you, doesn't it?
Yeah, the absolute best part, and something that is a huge advantage to an author, is that not only do you get your Pubslush page for 30 or 60 days, that page is always active and live, and you're able to actually switch over your support button over to a buy button and actually place in your e-commerce links, whether it's Amazon or Kobo or Barnes & Noble. You can actually direct the reader traffic to those sites. So not only are you gaining readership during your campaign, but you're able to captivate a reader even after your campaign. So if you're on the Children's Book Insider page and you have, you're one of the, let's just say an initial author that's crowdfunding, if Laura's company keeps bringing on more and more authors, then those readers that are coming on to support these books are also able to discover your book. So you're able to captivate readers that might have never noticed you as an author before, which is really exciting.
Great. And there are two campaign links, a 30-day and a 60-day. Is there a reason for choosing one over the other? Have you found?
We have found that the shorter campaigns are more successful. Go out with a bang, really go strong for 30 days, raise the most amount of money as you possibly can, and then take those funds and head to publication. The longer the campaign lasts, I feel like you don't get as much momentum, much speed, not as much funds. I've actually seen 45 days actually be the most successful, in my opinion, on our platform. 45 days allows the first, couple of days out of the gate to really rally around your support. And any author that really takes advantage of that, and gets, $100, $200, $1,000 in the first day or two creates momentum. So when they do reach out, the campaign is not at zero. It's the biggest problem I see, is that authors don't rally around their initial network. So no one wants to support a book at zero. Identify who your 5 people are that will support you no matter what, and get them there first. So then once you start sending out your campaign link, people want to be a part of this great process. People want to be contributing, part of a community, a part of the discovery process. So make sure that you're building that momentum. So when you get strangers checking out your page, it's not sitting at zero. No one wants to support anything at zero.
Great advice.
You don't want to be the lone ranger.
Yeah. Terrific. Now, what if a campaign is not successful and you don't raise your minimum within the time frame? Can an author come back later and try it again?
Of course. So the good thing about Pubslush is that no cards are charged until the campaign is successful. So it sits in that, as I said before, that private, very safe vault with that third-party processor. And then once this campaign is successful, all the cards get charged. If you do not make your minimum, no one is charged. And yes, you of course can always come back. And that's something that we definitely encourage. Maybe you go back and you rethink your strategy. Maybe this book wasn't a good fit, but maybe you're writing a sequel, and maybe the sequel will be a better fit because now you have some readers that read your first book. So there is always an opportunity to come back. And we leave that door open for the author to decide whether or not they think crowdfunding is right for them. Crowdfunding isn't right for everyone. It's definitely going to be, as time goes on, I really believe that crowdfunding will be a part of the process. I think it's important to really garner support and gain those pre-orders pre-publication, and the more commitment you have to readers wanting to read your book, the more buzz will be created. So yes, I do think it will be a natural fit in the publishing process, in the years to come.
Great. Now, finally, one of the things that really appeals to us at CBI about Pubslush is that you also donate to literacy causes. And can you tell us a little bit about that, and if an author wants to be part of that what do they do?
Of course. So Pubslush has always been very passionate about giving back, especially to the literacy community. Literacy efforts is a huge part of what's spurred the company. So if an author would like to be a part of the literacy initiatives that Pubslush already has in place, they can opt to actually donate a portion of what they make to the Pubslush Foundation. We are a registered 501c3. So if, let's just say, they raise, $10,000 and they'd like to give 1% of their funds to that, it goes into a secure piggy bank. We're continuing the more and more authors that donate, the more and more funds we're being able to give back. Right now, we are working with one strategic partner, Flying Kites. It's an orphanage in Kenya that we've been partnered with since Pubslush was born. However, we are looking to expand to not only international but national organizations. Laura and I have also, talked about pursuing things where, children's book authors that actually want to give copies of their books away to children that don't have access to literature would be able to through a different element of our foundation. So that's something we're exploring. But if you're an author who's passionate about this as well, definitely feel free to, let the Pubslush team know that you're passionate about it, and we can figure out a great outlet for you to be able to give your story back.
Terrific. Great. Well, thanks so much for your time. And we're very excited about this partnership with Pubslush. And I hope all of you watching this video consider doing a crowdfunding campaign through Pubslush. I think it'll be a great experience.
Yes, and anyone that's listening, if you have any other questions that Laura and I didn't cover today, please feel free to email us directly at hello@pubslush.com or myself, Amanda@pubslush.com. We are here to help. We're here to educate, and we're excited about all the future projects that CBI will be bringing onto the Pubslush community.
Great. Thank you very much.
So there you have it, crowdfunding in a nutshell. Check out pubslush.com, take a look at our Children's Book Insider partner page, and then join us there with your next crowdfunding campaign. Good luck!